Yeshua. Uzi vizmratia vayahi Yeshua. Well, our greeting is Shabbat Shalom to everyone, wishing you a very sweet and what we hope will be a peaceful and most enjoyable Shabbat, as Stephen will be called to the Torah as a bar mitzvah. We are so happy that you are here from near and from far, and we look forward to your full participation in our service. So now that you have a program and know all the people who will be participating here on the Bima, I would like you all to have a prayer book as well. So in the front row, they're right under your seats. For everyone else, they're right in front of you. They will have a gold flame on the cover, and you will notice that for most of you, it will appear that you're opening the book backwards. But it's actually exactly correct for all of us, because Hebrew is read in the opposite direction of English. So there is Hebrew, there is English, and there is transliteration for everyone to be able to follow along. Well, the very first thing that's going to happen so that Stephen can begin leading our worship service is that he is going to be enwrapped in what is known as a prayer shawl, a talit. What makes the talit so significant is not necessarily its colors or the material, but every talit is exactly the same on the four corners. On the four corners are strings or knots that are known as tzitzit, and they are knotted 613 times to represent the 613 commandments in the Torah. And not only that, but they are to be worn now every time Stephen comes to a service, because it marks him as having reached the age of bar mitzvah, and it's a great honor for him to do so. So Stephen, I'm going to ask you to take your place. I'm going to invite your mom and dad to come forward with a brand new talit that they are presenting to you. And Stephen, as they enwrap it upon you, I want you to repeat after me. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu, lihit atev, b'tzitzit. Amen. And we thank God for the privilege of allowing us to enwrap ourselves in the talit.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to our Shabbat services at Temple Har Shalom. For the past year, I have studied what it means to become a B'nai Mitzvah, children of the commandments. Through the many hours of work, I have come to understand and now fully accept the responsibilities of the mitzvot in our Judaism. I am pleased that all of you can be here today to share this special occasion. I hope you will participate in our service and be respectful of its holiness. I would especially like to ask our friends to be courteous to us and the other worshipers and refrain from speaking to one another during the service. Please turn off all cell phones and any electronic devices. There is no texting or use of electronic devices. In addition, there is no gum chewing or eating of candy in the synagogue. I ask that you remain in your seats during the entire service and avoid going in and out of the sanctuary. I have worked long and hard to reach this milestone, and I hope you will be attentive and considerate to me, to the rabbi, and the cantor as we lead the service. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Praise are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who has kept me in life, sustained me, and enabled me to reach this moment.
Amen. Our service continues with the chanting of Ma Tovu, page 290 in your Mishkan Tefillah.
You're on a roll.
Lecha Yaakov, Mishkinotecha, Yisrael, Ma Tovu. Lecha Yaakov, Mishkinotecha, Yisrael.
We turn now in our prayer book to page 293 for our morning blessings. And each time that Stephen chants a blessing, it is traditional for us to answer him with an amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lasech vivina, lahavchin ben yom uven laila.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, roka haaretz al hamayim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mitzadei gaver.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish avrumim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hanotin layaef koach.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hama'avir shena me'enai utnuma me'afapai.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tzelem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani ben chorin.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, otzer Yisrael bigvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tivanu la'atzok b'divrei Torah.
Amen.
Adonai our God, make the words of your Torah sweet to us in the house of Israel, your people, that we and our children may be lovers of your name and students of your Torah. We praise you, O God, teacher of Torah to our people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, hamlamed Torah la'amod Yisrael.
We turn now to page 312 and we rise together, please.
Yitgadol v'yitgadash shmei Rabbah Be'alma divrach yerutei v'yamlich malchutei B'chai yichon u'v'yameichon u'v'chayitchol v'Yisrael Ba'gala u'v'zman karim v'yimeru Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mivorach ve'olam lol me'ol maya yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar v'yitrama v'yitnaseh v'yitador v'yitaleh v'yitalhal shemid kudasham richu le'el min korchata v'shirata Tushbichata v'nechemata da'amiron v'yalma v'yimeru Amen. Yai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai. Barichu et Adonai,
on page 317, and we're going to read the paragraphs responsively.
O God, inspiration and guide for all, you have spoken in 1,000 tongues for us to hear. In every land and every age, your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways. And yet, O God, you are one, unifier of humanity.
We
Give thanks for the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will. Gratefully we recall the lawgivers and prophets, the psalmists and sages of Israel. And joyfully we remember that from the dawn of Israel's life, we return to you and find your purpose. May the teachings of our ancestors live on in our minds, and their passion for righteousness stir our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher b'amo Yisrael v'yahava.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
You may be seated, and we're going to continue on page 319.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושכבך ובקומך. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Page 321. That was beautiful.
Thanks. Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift from our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
מי כמוך בעיר אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורות הילות אוסף אלה, נורות הילות אוסף אלה, שירה חדשה שמחו גאולים, לשמחה על שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו, הודו והמליכו אמרו, יפופה bim 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 bam, yipapa bim bam, yipapa bim 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 bam, yipapa bim bam, ay 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 ay, yipapa bim bam, Adonai yilov leolam va'ed.
Page 323 is the prayer so central to our Shabbat worship that it is simply called the prayer, and therefore we rise and remain standing through its entirety. It begins on page 323.
That my mouth may declare your praise. praise. Yada-dai-dai-dai, 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 yada-dai-dai-dai. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei Avotinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasei Avot v'Imot, U'Mevin Geula Livnei Bneihem, למען שמו ואהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה, אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל תורה והושיע, מוריד אתה, מכלכל חיים בחסד, וחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו בשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומיתו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני בחיי הכל.
We are on page 326.
נקדיש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמרום, ככתוב לי על נביאך, ויקרא זה ואמר, קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ כבודו. אדירנו אדוני, אדוננו אדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו ומלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישביענו, ורחמיו והנה כל חי. אדוני אלוהיך, ימוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון, לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ונגיד כהונך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
To all generations we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
And you may all be seated. Our next reading is on page 329, and to lead us is the one that will soon follow her brother up here. We'll see you all back in about 2 years, I think. Jordan, come on up.
Those who keep Shabbat by calling in delight will rejoice in your realm. The people that hallow Shabbat will delight in your goodness. For being pleased with the seventh day, you hallowed it as the most precious of days, drawing our attention to the work of creation.
We continue on the top of page 330.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu Ba'amcha Yisrael Utfilatam B'Ahava Tekabel Utilratzon Tamid Avodat Yisrael Amecha Baruch atah Adonai, she'othcha levadecha b'ira na'od.
We are on page 331 for our prayer of thanksgiving.
Modim anachnu lach, she'ata hu Adonai Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, le'olam va'ed. Sur chayenu magen yishenu, ata hu ledor vador. Nodelecha unsaper tehilatecha, al chayenu hamsurim biadecha, ve'al nishmotenu hapkadot lach, ve'al nisecha shebachol yom imanu, ve'al niflotecha v'tovotecha, shebachol et erev, Vavoker v'tzaharaim hatov, kilo chalu rachamecha, v'hamrachem kilo tamu chasadecha, me'olam kivinu lach. V'al kulam yitbarach, v'yitromam shimcha malkenu, tamid le'olam va'ed. V'chol chachayim yoducha selah, v'halalu et shimcha be'emet. Ha'el Yeshuatenu ve'ezratenu selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Hatov Shimcha Uha Na'ed. Lehodot.
Amen. We continue in Sim Shalom on the top of page 334.
Sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom tova v'racha. Yarararai, sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom tova uveracha.
We turn to page 336, and I'm going to ask all of us to read together, please. We sit in community, elbow to elbow, eye to eye, so close perhaps we brush against each other as we move in prayer, ears filled with the voices of friends and teachers and fellow travelers who pray with us from the next seat, from across the room. We come to silence, rhythm of words, shared melody, hushed. Connected first one to all, we now let go, to be alone with the Holy One, to speak in mind and heart and soul, but not with lips. The prayers we weave together cannot replace that private conversation. God, our partner, awaits us, one by one. a miracle. And so we have come to that time in our service where we leave the written word of the prayer book, and instead we take some time to concentrate on the thoughts of our hearts and our minds. It's a reminder that on Shabbat, on the Sabbath, even God deserves the day off. So this is not a time to ask for personal petitions or favors. Rather, it's a day just to say thank you. And indeed, we have an awful lot to give thanks for. The sun is now coming through the clouds and brightening the day. We have a great deal to give thankfulness for as we welcome another young man to take his place in the Jewish community, supported by those of multiple religions, and yet here for him to find comfort within himself, pride in what he is doing, and an amazing comfort level right here on the bima. I commented to Stephen during rehearsal that I really didn't need to be here today, but I really wanted to be, because he is such a joy to share the bima with and so well prepared, thanks to the cantor. And of course, a little prodding by his father. But so much to say thank you for. And so I hope that each of one of you, no matter the challenges that you had or the blessings you are enjoying, you can all find some gratitude in your heart today. We pause for a few moments.
Open up our eyes, teach us how to live. Fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. We will know that you are one.
The highlight of any Shabbat service is when we take the Torah from the ark and we will hand it generation to generation so that Stephen himself will accept it and then carry it around the congregation to just show that he has indeed the strength and the ability to carry Torah wherever life takes him. It's also a wonderful opportunity for all of you to say hi to him, offer him some congratulations, and get that very handsome smile to come on his face. And it's a very informal but beautiful time. The Torah is treated like royalty, which means that we stand up when the Torah comes out into our midst, and we don't sit down again until the Torah is returned, either safely to where it will be resting so we can read from it, or back into the ark. So I would ask you please to turn to page 364 if you'd like to follow along. To open the ark doors, what a pleasure it is to welcome forward Stephen's grandparents, Cheryl and Peter Hunko, to come forward. And I'm going to invite his parents. And Stephen, if you would please take your place And certainly at this time, as grandparents come forward and parents, Stephen, we're very much aware that your grandmother Gilda is not physically present with us, but certainly we know that she would take great pride in this moment. Would everyone rise?
Yerushalayim, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah, Le'amo Yisrael, Mikrat Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonai, Kadosh Shema. Lecha Adonai Hagidula,
Well, once again, welcome everyone. It's a pleasure to have you here at Temple Har Shalom in celebration of Stephen as he becomes a bar mitzvah and to join together in our Shabbat morning service. So it is customary, if you've never been here before, that I come down to talk about the Torah portion. I also check if you're all following directions, no phones, no playing games, no reading magazines. But you should know that I need not do that because our service is live webcast. And when you go back and watch it on YouTube, you can see everyone that's paying attention and everyone that's not. So it is a pleasure. But most importantly, we do this so that Stephen can take a deep breath, right, after that long walk. Okay, he can enjoy the view with all of you who are here to celebrate with him. And we can share a special message with him, a lesson that we hope he will take with not only today, but through life, as he too is going to be a teacher to us and teach us a lesson very soon once he chants Torah and Haftorah. So you've heard me use a few terms, and I want to make sure that everyone clearly understands that Stephen will be reading from the Torah. The Torah is exactly the same wherever you will see one, no matter how tall or how short, how heavy or how light, the Torah is exactly the same. It's the first 5 books of Moses, the first 5 books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. It takes us 1 full year in our cycle to make our way from the start of the Torah till the end of the Torah. And right now, Stephen is entering the 4th book, because for us, our year starts in the fall, sometime in September or October. So we are quickly making our way, knowing that we must finish it in time for the new year. And so Stephen's going to explain to you what book he's in and what story he is reading. Now, most importantly is that each week has a message that follows from the next. The Torah, or the Bible, if any of you have ever read it, is really a big soap opera. And it's meant to teach us that life really doesn't change. We can change it, we can make a difference, but truly we're human beings, and we all have the very same faults, and we all don't necessarily follow directions very well. So let me bring you up to date. I know you know the first book of Torah. It's the book of Genesis, creation. Just nod if any of these sounds familiar. The story of Noah and the flood. Yeah? Okay, some of our ancestors, Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Jacob. Anybody? Yes, good. I haven't lost you yet. This is great. We get to the second book of Torah. Well, for Stephen and his family, this one's a very special one for us because we celebrate it each year together. That's the story of the Exodus and the holiday of Passover. And it's always wonderful to have Stephen and his parents and his sisters always bring that youthful energy to the table, and we are always very grateful for it. So the Exodus, who's exiting? The Israelites are leaving Egypt. They are on their way to the Promised Land, or what we call today Israel. And how far would that journey be? Well, if Moses was a guy that would have stopped and asked for directions, it would have been 10 days. Instead, it takes him 40 years. 40 years. The reason being that, of course, the Israelites didn't deserve to enter the land. They couldn't leave behind their slavery mentality, and therefore couldn't appreciate the gift of freedom. So an entire generation would have to die off. And then we get to those very exciting books of Leviticus, which is a law book, and then the book that Stephen is in, the book of Numbers, which, once the Israelites start their wanderings, need to be given direction in how to form a society and a people. Well, just this past week, we celebrated a very special holiday in which we accepted the Torah, and in Stephen's portion, we are blessing the Israelites. And how do we bless them? Well, in truth, it doesn't matter from what religious community we come from. It's a universal blessing that all of you, I know, have heard before. It says, Yivarechacha Adonai v'yishmarecha, may God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'kuneka, may God's countenance shine upon you and be gracious unto you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God always grant you with peace. It's found in Stephen's portion. And these words, really truly amazing, were recited over Stephen when he was welcomed into this world. They were recited again when he started his religious education. They are said at every happy, joyous occasion, and the cantor and I are actually going to bless him with those very words. But Stephen, people have heard those words for so long, and you particularly have been reciting them for about the past 6 months, correct? Chanting them over and over because they come directly from your portion. But didn't you wonder what they really meant? Oh, good. I'm so glad you asked. So, it's a threefold blessing. And most of us don't really stop to think what they may. May God bless you and keep you. Well, Stephen, that's for material blessings. May God always keep you safe. May you always have shelter. May you always have enough to eat, but not too much that the things become more important than the people. The second blessing, may God's countenance shine upon you. That means may you always have spiritual well-being, meaning may you always look around your world and appreciate your blessings. And the third, may God always bless you peace. Well, that's what we call the psychological. We hope that you should always have peace in your mind, in your heart, in your body, and in your home. It's not only what we wish Stephen today, but in truth, we wish all of us for that ultimate blessing, wherever life will take you, Stephen. So you're about to chant these words. I want you to do it like you do everything in life. You come to it with, Stephen, an incredible seriousness, but a great smile, a wonderful sense of humor, a great interest in who you are and where you come from, a love of your family and your tradition. And may I say, we also have a lot of fun. Think of it as being on that baseball field. What he's about to do now is equivalent to what he did just this very past week. Don't think I didn't hear about it. He hit a grand slam, and he's about to do that again now as he chants Torah.
If you would like to follow along in this morning's Torah portion, you can do so by turning to page 1064 in the other large blue book that says The Torah. 1064.
Now, as I mentioned at the start of our service, Stephen's parents gave him a beautiful brand new talit for him to wear moving forward in his life, but it is the past that also enwraps him today. So we are going to change his talit and enwrap him as he's called to the Torah with a talit that was worn by his maternal great-grandfather at his bar mitzvah in the year 1913. To think of the generations that have worn this Torah, this talit, it is really quite incredible. It is faded and stained as it should be, with the sweat and nervousness of those that came before you. And it enwraps you, Stephen, like we hoped that the past will always enwrap you and guide you. And I do want to point out that they also have the original talit bag. It's quite extraordinary to have this in a family. And we are very proud to be able to give it to you. Before Stephen reads, there are those who are going to be called to the Torah for the honor of an aliyah, and the first aliyah goes to his uncle Bruce.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher barucha bano mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Amen. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor. Daber el Harun ve'el benav lemor. Ko tivachu et bnei Yisrael. Amor lachem. Yivarecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha vichuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha viosem lecha shalom. V'samu et shmi al b'nei Yisrael. V'ani avarachem.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Come around here, congratulate them. Wonderful to have you. Stay with us right here. And for our second Aliyah, it's a pleasure to welcome forward Cousin Victor. Thank you.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamrach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayahi b'yom kalot Moshe lahakim et hamishkan. Vayimshach oto vaykadesh oto ve'et kol kelav ve'et hamizbeach ve'et kol kelav. Vayimshachem vaykadesh otam. Vayakrivu nisi'ei Yisrael rashei beit avotam. Him nisi'ei hamatot, him ha'omdim al ha'pekudim.
Blessing after.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Well, please congratulate him. Stay with us right here. Thank you. And now for our third Aliyah, it's a pleasure to welcome forward Jen and David.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vayaviu et karbanam lifnei Adonai. Shesh eglot tzav u'shnei asar bakar agala. Al shnei hanisi'im v'shol echad. Vayakrivu otam lifnei hamishkan. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
יעמו זלמן חיים בן דוד לכבוד התורה הבר מצווה.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Kach meitam v'hayu le'avod et avodat ohel moed, v'natata otam el havim ish kefi avodato. ויקח משה את העגלות ואת הבקר, וייתן אותם אל הלוויים, את שתי העגלות, ואת ארבעת הבקר נתן לבני גרשון, כפי עבודתם. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. You can smile. You're both going to speak to him, right? You're going to speak to him now. David, come up here. We want you to hear.
Okay. So this is our prayer to you, Stephen, from your mother and I. As part of your bar mitzvah service, mother and I were asked to write a prayer for you. There's not enough on this paper or time to capture all the things I want for you, but here's a sample. So I gave a few prayers. So we gave a few prayers. May you continue to be loving and gentle. May you continue to be inquisitive. Keep asking those questions. You annoy me sometimes with them, be honest, but they're the best questions ever. Very good questions. Okay. May you live a happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, peaceful, and long life. May you keep your strong sense of right and wrong. You've got a very strong sense of right and wrong, and we love that. May you learn from what you've done to prepare for today, that you can do whatever you set your mind to. Starting 9 to do. That starting is real. The starting part's really hard, but once you start, you end up achieving your goal by chipping at it a little bit at a time, and you did that. May you take the confidence brought onto you of successfully planning, meeting your goals, and achieving from them everywhere you go in life. May you tap into this confidence that you gain from this bar mitzvah and the process of learning always. And may you build upon becoming bar mitzvah by continuing your Jewish education and keeping Judaism in your life, by being, as a rabbi said so nicely last night, a member of the team and not just a fan. May you accept the fact that you have a huge capacity for an ability to do great things and use that capacity to better not just yourself, but everyone around you. May you remain as mentally tough as you've been throughout these last several months, to make the honor roll at school, play on 3 baseball teams, while simultaneously tackling the mountain of work and demand of your time to learn the Torah and Haftorah portions, and yet remain a great kid and still somehow get it all done. Keep that mental toughness. May you take what you've learned and pass it on to the next generation, Dor Vador. May you be successful in everything and anything you do. May you continue to be humble and a good person. There are so many more prayers that we can offer to you, but your mother and I will stop here, or we will be giving you prayers until next week's bar mitzvah. We love you, and we're proud of you, Stephen. Congratulations.
And now it is time for us to lift and dress the Torah. To do so, it's a pleasure to welcome forward Rabbi Ronald Kaplan, someone near and dear to my heart. He happens to be my husband, and he's going to help me lift and dress, and I'd ask everyone to rise, please.
Our Torah service continues with the chanting of the Haftarah, the additional and prophetic portion read on all Shabbatot and holidays. This morning's Haftarah comes from the prophets of Judges. It can be found on page 1256.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nviim tovim v'ratza v'divrehem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo ובנביאי האמת והצדק. ויהי איש אחד מצרעה ממשפחת הדני ושמו מנוח ואשתו עקרה ולא ילדה. וירא מלאך אדוני אל האישה ויאמר אליה הנה נא את עקרה ולא ילדת והרית וילדת בן ועתה השמרי נא ואל תשתי יין ושחר ואל תאכלי כל טמא כי הנך הרה ויולדת בן ומורה לא יעלה על ראשו כי נזיר אלוהים יהיה הנער מן הבטן והוא יחל להושיע את ישראל מיד פלישתים. ותבוא האישה ותאמר לאישה לאמור איש האלוהים בא אלי ומראהו כי מראה מלאך האלוהים נורא מאוד ולא שאלתיהו מי זהו ואת שמו לא יהיה לי. ויאמר לי הנך הרה ויולדת בן ועתה אל תשתי יין ושחר ואל תאכלי כל טומאה כי נזיר אלוהים יהיה הנער מן הבטן עד יום מותו. ויתר מנוח אל אדוני ויאמר בי אדוני איש האלוהים אשר שלחת יבוא אלינו ויראנו מה נעשה לנער יולד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם צור כל העולמים צדיק בכל הדורות האל הנאמן האומר ועושה המדבר ומקיים שכל דבריו אמת וצדק על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הנביאים ועל יום השבת הזה שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו לקדושו ולמנוחה לכבוד ולתפארת. על הכל, אדוני אלוהינו, אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותה, יתברך שמך בפי כל חי, תמיד לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, נותן התורה. אמן.
Should be really happy now. Well, it is time for us to return the Torah to the ark. And to open the ark doors, I believe we're going to have the Muir family come forward, which would be a real treat. And I'm going to ask everyone to please rise. may all be seated. It's okay. Good catch. Take your time, okay? Just say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm now going to share a few things with you. I'm going to tell you about my Torah portion. I'm going to tell you a teachable lesson, and I'm going to tell you about why I'm becoming a bar mitzvah. I'm also going to tell you about my bar mitzvah project. I'm now going to give you some background about today's Torah portion. The Torah is made up of 5 parts or books of Moses. Those parts are Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Today's Torah portion is from the book of Numbers. Since I'm reading from Numbers, I thought it would be a good idea to give you some numbers about Numbers. Numbers is the 4th book of the 5 books of the Torah. The book of Numbers has 36 chapters. Numbers happens after the exodus from Egypt while Moses is leading the Israelites to the promised land. The name Numbers comes from the 2 census that are taken of the Israelites during the exodus from Egypt. The section, Parsha in Hebrew, that I am reading to you today is called Naso, which literally means take a census. Here are some numbers about Naso. Naso is from chapter 6, line 22 through chapter 7, line 7. Naso is the 35th Torah portion in the annual cycle of Torah readings. Naso has the largest number of letters, words, and verses of any of the 54 weekly Torah portions. Naso is made up of 8,632 Hebrew letters and 2,264 Hebrew words and 176 verses. Naso takes up about 311 lines in the Torah scroll. Wow, that's a lot of numbers. You may be asking yourself, how I know about all of these numbers? Wikipedia is a wonderful source for this type of information. But on a more serious note, I'd like to give you a summary of this parsha. Naso begins with the completion of the census, counting of the population, that Moses started in the last week's parsha. God tells Moses to count the men from ages 30 to 50 because they're the ones who will be doing the service of carrying parts of the Mishkan. What is a Mishkan, you might ask? It is a portable sanctuary, so Moses needed an army of laborers to help him transport the Mishkan. Imagine having to pick up this sanctuary, seats, Holy Ark, Torah, the entire bima. I'm standing on it. Imagine having to bring it through the hot desert for 40 years. That's just one reason why Moses needed to take the census. Moses counts a total of 8,580 men. After the talk about the census, Naso next talks about the Nazir. A Nazir is a person who wants to be extra holy. To be extra holy, a Nazir agrees to keep away from certain things, even though they are allowed. For example, a Nazir is not allowed to cut his hair, drink wine, and a Nazir cannot become impure through contact with a dead person. Have you ever heard of Samson? If you have, just so you know, he was a Nazir. The word Nazirite comes from this word. In the next part of Naso, God tells Moses about a special mitzvah that Aaron and his sons have. The blessing is over the people of Israel. We still say this blessing in this and every synagogue at the end of a holiday service. The blessing is called Birchat Kohanim. In the end of the parsha I just read, each Nazir brings an offering. The offering is for the inauguration of the altar. Each Nazir brings the same offering. The Torah repeats them to show that God values each offering as special. Now, because I'm a man today, at the ripe old age of 13, I'd like to see if I can teach a lesson about my Torah portion, Naso. The Jews wandered for 40 years in the desert. Have you ever asked yourself why? The Israelites were so ecstatic over destroying the Egyptian army and winning their freedom after hundreds of years of slavery. But the reality of that freedom immediately hit them. They now had to take care of themselves. While they were slaves, the Egyptians fed them, clothed them, gave them water to drink, and gave them houses to live in. Now that they were free, they needed to do all these things for themselves. With good intentions, Moses asked 12 leaders to spy out the promised land. Moses trusted in their wisdom. Moses expected them to return with an A+ assessment of the promised land. Instead, they returned with an F on the report card about the land and its people. The 12 leaders backed up the report to Moses with their own agenda, and Moses was powerless to tell the people not to listen. Now the Israelites were in a very bad mood, and God told them that they would not be able to enter the promised land. Now entering the promised land would have to wait for the next generation. Now the children of the slave generation that left Egypt will take on the task of building a nation. The next generation were never slaves. The next generation learned to provide food, water, and shelter for themselves, and the next generation was ready for the next step. That is the lesson to me. It is that you need to be ready before you can get to the next step. Just like the Israelites needed to be ready to enter the promised land, you need to be ready to do whatever the next step is. Here are a few examples that show that there is a process which takes you from start to finish, and you cannot get to the end until you go through each step first. You need to learn your letters first before you can read a word. You need to be able to read sentences before you can read a book. You need to show that you are responsible enough to take care of yourself, your family's house, and possibly your sisters too, before your parents leave your home to take care of things. You need to earn your parents' trust first, the way the Israelites needed to earn God's trust. Another example is learning to take care for a pet like a dog. Before I was allowed to take care of my neighbor's dog, I needed to read up on how to take care for a dog, and I needed to grow up a bit to get the confidence from my neighbor in my abilities to watch their dog before I could do this. I now have that trust and confidence and take care of their dog. Whether it is learning your prayers for your bar mitzvah or learning how to play ball, you need to be ready before you can get to the next step, whatever the step is. Now I'm going to tell you why I'm becoming a bar mitzvah and what it is all about. First, I thought it would make sense to define what a bar mitzvah is. According to Wikipedia, the word bar is an Aramaic word that means son. The word mitzvah is a Hebrew word that means commandment. Also, the rabbis use the word bar as meaning under the category of or subject to. The term bar mitzvah then means either son of the commandment or one who is subject to the law, where the law is the commandments from the Torah. To me, becoming a bar mitzvah does mean that I am now old enough to be subject to the law of the Torah. I can now take my place in a service at temple with any adult. I can read from the Torah on the bima. I can now take part in a minyan. This is not the yellow things from Despicable Me. That is 10 men and women over the age of 13 required for traditional Jewish public worship. By becoming bar mitzvah, you can say that according to the Jewish law, I am now a man. By becoming bar mitzvah, I am honoring my father and mother. By becoming a bar mitzvah, it shows that I should know right from wrong. I'm now going to talk to you about my bar mitzvah project. When I was deciding on a mitzvah project, I knew that I wanted to do something hands-on that actually helps people. I decided on the community soup kitchen in Morristown. I went for the orientation and it was amazing. The woman talking to us about the soup kitchen was so charismatic, she really got into my head. She was so inspirational that I'm actually worried about wasting food now. The community soup kitchen collects food for pantry distribution to families in need, serves breakfast and lunch 7 days a week, and holds a farmer's market 3 days a week. I'm really looking forward to working at the farmer's market. I will be distributing fruits and vegetables to young children and their parents. Without this program, these families would not be able to afford these foods. A lot of these people are called working poor. This means that they can pay their rent and most of their everyday expenses, but there isn't any money left for food. I can't even begin to imagine what this must feel like. My service at the soup kitchen will begin in July. I was actually surprised to learn that there is a waiting list, as so many people want to help. I want to see and experience different things and people outside of my town, and I think that the soup kitchen is a good place to start. I now want to remember and thank some special people who have impacted my life. My grandfather, Stephen Scharf. I never met him. He died when my father was a young man. My grandfather helped to give my father a love for the Jewish people, the Jewish culture, and the state of Israel by teaching him about it. My father has helped me show what his father showed him. My great-grandfather, Charles Coates. He died a few months before I was born. I am named after both Stephen and Charles. I feel blessed to have both of their names. My Hebrew name comes from them as well. My Hebrew name is Zalman Chaim, which means peaceful life. I would also like to remember my grandmother, Gilda. She lives in a nursing home in Florida. She has Alzheimer's disease and is unable to be here because of it. I cherish the memories I was lucky enough to have had with her while she was well. If she was not ill, I know that she would be here now, filled with immense joy. I'd like to thank my grandmother and grandfather, Cheryl and Peter Hunko, and my Uncle Andrew for being so open and supportive. You are not Jewish, and yet you celebrate every Jewish holiday with us. That means a lot to me and to all of us. You are amazing people. Thank you, Grandma, Papa, and Uncle Andrew. Thank you to my great Aunt Debbie and great Uncle Will for coming today. I'd like to thank my mother and my father for giving me a Jewish education. Mom, you are amazing. Even though you were not brought up Jewish, you have embraced the Jewish culture to the extent that you are, at times, stricter than my dad on Shabbat. And you learned to say the prayers in Hebrew. Thank you for driving me to and from from Hebrew school for the past many years, and to and from my bar mitzvah training with Cantor. Thank you for organizing nearly everything today. Today would not have happened without you, Mom. Thank you. Dad, thank you for helping me practice my prayers with me, supporting me, and always guiding me and answering my many questions. Thank you, Dad. Cantor Berman, thank you for always being so encouraging with my bar mitzvah prayers. You are an awesome teacher. Thank you. Rabbi Monsnitsky, thank you for being so welcoming and kind and for directing me in my speech and Hebrew education. Rabbi, I could not be more blessed than to have you as our rabbi. I will never forget you as my dad never forgot his rabbi. Thank you, Rabbi Monsnitsky. Rabbi Ron Kaplan, you have always shown confidence in me. You have sparked my interest in the shofar, which I intend to sound for the remainder of my life on the high holy days. Thank you, Rabbi Ron. Jordan and Hannah, you were more than patient with me when I was practicing my prayers. It's your turn next, Jordan. Don't worry, I'll help you with your bat mitzvah. Then you and I can both help Hannah with hers. Thank you, Jordan and Hannah. Thank you to all of my family who are here. Thank you to all of my family who are here and who are live streaming the bar mitzvah. Uncle Gene and Aunt Judy, Uncle Bruce, Cousin Sophia, William, Frank, Mitty, Alex, Emma, Victor, Kate, and Sarah. We are a small family, but we support each other on our special days. Thank you so much for being here. It means the world to me. Thank you to my friends who have taken a part of their day to be here with me and to help me celebrate my bar mitzvah. I would like to end my speech today with a personal prayer. I will say the first part in Hebrew and finish it in English. The Hebrew part means, Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. May God watch over my family and friends and keep them all happy, healthy, and safe, and may God find a cure for Alzheimer's disease.
Stephen, mazel tov. You can start to breathe now. And in truth, I'm not sure who's more relieved, you or your parents. Particularly your mom, who, as you pointed out, took on this project literally figuratively, emotionally, and physically in preparing you and your family, getting everyone ready, preparing an incredible celebration, and most of all, together with your dad and your grandparents and your uncles, raising an extraordinary young Jewish man and 2 young Jewish sisters to follow. For that, we are eternally grateful, Jen, eternally grateful for our people and for all of the world, because Stephen, to sit here and stand here and share this bima and watch you over these many years and listen to your words, I can only say that this world will be in much better shape than the way we are handing it to you, because you and your generation have much more promise and goodwill and capability. So I want to thank you for taking care of the world which you are inheriting, because we're not making it very easy for you, we adults. But with your teaching, with the love and support of your family, with your kind and gracious heart, I think we're in very good shape. And you thanked a lot of people, but above all, we want to thank you because you gave meaning to our day, purpose to what we try to do here, and above all, you filled our hearts with a lot of joy, much more than your Mets do. Yeah? So your congregation wants to thank you, and we've had a very special woman on the bima sharing this service with us, and that's the president of our congregation, Stephanie Green, and she's going to make a presentation and give you some of what I hope will be many gifts that you'll get today. This over here.
Good morning, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. It has been my pleasure to not only share Pesach with you and your family, but to be here on the bima today. It's been my honor to represent Temple Har Shalom and the Board of Trustees. And on behalf of our entire community, I want to say Mazel Tov to you and to your parents and to your sisters at the Simcha, where you so beautifully led us in the worship and in educating us about Parshat Naso. As I was preparing for today and trying to learn some of the lessons Naso teaches, I knew that this week's Torah portion contains the threefold benediction, which happens to be my favorite prayer. And it's one that, as you taught us, the priest bestows and hopes, the priest bestows upon the community the hopes and the prayers for the fulfillment of God's choicest blessings. The key word here for me, and I think that we've learned, is community. Being part of, contributing to the community is essential to Judaism. You mentioned you can now be part of a minyan. We can't pray without a community of people, 10 of them. You're now counted. We are grateful that you, your parents in particular, understand the value of community and have shared you and your sisters with us here at Temple Har Shalom. Naso draws attention to several situations that you spoke of where pure individualism is damaging. And often, when you separate yourself from others and from the community, you can become self-centered or selfish. As you already expressed, you know and understand and appreciate the importance of your parents and your sisters, your community of family that gives you strength, helps you learn, makes you want to give them in return, as in helping your sisters. You know and understand that you can't do it alone, and neither can others. And through your Mitzvah project at the Soup Kitchen, you realize there are so many who are not as fortunate, and you're going to give back and be part of that community. Stephen, today, you not only became part of our community, you led our community. And we celebrate today not only your talents and abilities, although there are many. Today, instead, we celebrate your coming of age and an awareness of and the beginnings of the understanding that what matters is how you apply those talents, those skills, and those abilities to the community. The word Naso means raise up, and today you did just that. Parshat Naso emphasizes that what raises one up emerges through service to the community rather than through self-service. A lesson, as Rabbi mentioned, more in our world need to learn so that we can achieve wholeness and peace. And so now that you are nearly finished with your leadership and educational duties, I want you to take a look at everybody who's here today. For you didn't do this alone, and you'll never truly be alone. For each person here knows something of the effort it has taken for you to reach this milestone and understands in some way its meaning, and that they, all of them, everyone here, somewhere along the way has provided support, encouragement, comic relief, or a simple nod of appreciation for its significance. This is your community. We'll always be here for you. Stephen, surrounded by your family and friends, your peers, you have more than demonstrated your readiness and willingness to be part of our community and continue forward fulfilling those responsibilities and obligations that come with being an adult in our community. As a remembrance of this special day, we have a whole bunch of gifts. We have a certificate, we have a Kiddush cup, we have a book, and we hope that each of these, each time you use them or see them, you'll be reminded of this start of your journey and that you'll want to continue this journey forward, growing for yourself and for the community. We wish you a mazel tov. Good job. You did, in fact, hit a grand slam today.
Well, Stephen, it's hard to imagine, isn't it, after all these years, literally, of work, the morning goes by like that.
Yeah.
Your parents are sitting there thinking, where did these 13 years go? Because it goes very quickly. So savor the moment and have fun today. Okay, you deserve it. Well, we're going to conclude our service as we turn back to our prayer books, page 586. For the Aleinu to open the Ark doors, it's a pleasure to welcome forward Lisa and Rich Irving. And I'd ask everyone to rise, please.
עלינו לשבח אדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצאי בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים בפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר היה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Time for that priestly benediction. I do ask that you remain standing, for at this time in our service, as we do each and every time we come together as a community, we remember those who are no longer physically present with us, but who are very much alive within our hearts and within our memories. On this Shabbat, we commemorate the yortzites of Robert Beisch, Elias Braunstein, Beatrice Cohen, Milton Gerstmann, Marvin Gurman, Lillian Lerner, Gilbert McPeters, Jack Miller, Shirley Rossoff, Ida Rothstein, William George Schwab, Irving Starkman, Hilda Weinberg, James Weinberg, and Saul Zaroff. We remember two who have been taken from our midst in recent days, Judy Friedman and Anita Frisco. And on this day of Bar Mitzvah, we particularly remember those upon whose shoulders Stephen stands today. And so we remember his grandfather, Stephen Scharf, and his great-grandparents, Jane and Charles Coates. Together we turn to page 598 to recite the Kaddish prayer together, not only in memory of those we have known and we have lost, but in memory of those of the Israel Defense Forces and the American Armed Forces who have given their lives in defense of Israel and our nation. Together we recite Yitgadal v'Yitkadash Shemei Rabbah v'Alma Divrach Chirutei v'Yamlich Malchutei v'Chayechon v'Yomechon v'Chaye Dekol Beit Yisrael v'Gala u'Vizman Kari v'Meru Amen Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam Amei Amaya Yitbarak v'Yishtabak v'Yitpa'ar v'Yitraman v'Yitnaseh v'Yitadar v'Yitalev v'Yitalal Shemei Dekudusha B'rechu Le'olam Yimkol Birchata v'Shirata Tushbachata v'Nechemata Damiran b'Alma v'Meru Amen Yehei Shlama Rabba Mim Shemaya v'Chayim Aleinu v'Al Kol Yisrael v'Meru Amen Oseh Shalom b'Mromav U'Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu v'Al Kol Yisrael v'Meru Amen. We pray that the source of peace will send peace to all who mourn and comfort all the bereaved among us, as we all say, Amen. Amen. You may be seated. Well, I know that Stephen is ready to get this party started in celebration, right? Yeah, okay, good. So come on up, Stephen. You're going to come up. I'm going to invite Hannah and Jordan to come up and join you. It is time for us. We always end our service with the blessing of the wine, hopeful that the sweetness of the cup will always fill Stephen's cup of life, and always with the challah, because we hope that life will always be bountiful. And then at the very end, to wake you up, just in case you're not, we're going to hear Stephen blow the shofar, as he will do now each and every year at the High Holy Days. All right, pick up that cup.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim.
Okay, girls, pull off the cover. I'll take the cup.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon.
Go, go, go. All right, Stephen, here you go. Swallow. Get your strength and your energy. And let's get you over here, right in the middle, so everyone can notice.
Took a big bite.
He was hungry.
Good time. He's hungry, he deserves it. Take your time. Who's watching? Well, meanwhile, I know there are other cousins and friends, so come on up, take a bite before he blows the shofar. Come on up, hurry up, come on, it's good. It's homemade right here. It's from our Need to Feed kitchen, and you will notice that the baskets are in honor of our Need to Feed kitchen, and in keeping with Stephen's Mitzvah project, help to feed the hungry.
right, take a sip of wine now, or take a sip of juice. You all right? You're good? Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Please rise. Just feels right to do that, so go ahead. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Please feel free to greet each other and wish each other a Shabbat shalom. My kids would have never done that. There's a lot of Now, so is the priestly benediction, so it's really for all faith, for all like Abrahamic faith. So the fact that Stephen ended up with this term of worship and so much of your family is much more, and it's the same prayer that is said in Christian faith as well. So it couldn't have been better. Yeah, no, it was, and I don't think that I really paid attention to that when I put him on that tape, but the rabbi often says when there are Christians, they're alive. Thank you. Thank you so much. You got a big part of the weekend. Oh, yeah. No, we're not going to be in there, so I'm over my, thank you, I truly appreciate it. Never respond, thank you. You'll yell again. So, exchanging pictures. I know, so I stopped her after, graduation in high school. She took my ticket. She's never responded to me. I've sent 2 or 3 emails. Sammy would what's going because I have her email too. I can just say, Sammy, did you get it? I didn't say that. Yeah, I don't. I mean, you only had to lose 4 tickets and they're about to probably wait. Is that the husband? I don't think I've ever met him. Yeah, you're coming? Wonderful travels. How exciting. Where are you going? Maybe the fact that it didn't rain in Colorado. I woke up, I couldn't believe it was raining. I couldn't stare at it.
Oh, I know. I mean, I'll be fine. You'll have 50 in your kitchen, and the other rooms will be empty. But I see that coming. You'll be very upset. I will. And then on Sunday, she has been to every usually about favorites. The new job, really enjoyed it. The new job? He's actually frustrated, but he can't, and you couldn't get him. But he likes it, which is good. He loves schedule, as long as he's happy and he's making money. I go to your party. It's a very important, it's a long, so I have to email her actually Monday to get on July's calendar. Because they have that, well, they have a lot of, churches and synagogues that they send groups. But, really
That's how I look at it. It's the first time I've ever been your family. I just don't know why. I was in judgment.
It's what we wanted, and it was great, and it's wonderful.
Want me to carry this? Go preach it.
Thank you.
Well, he has a lot of people he can try, which is based upon from generation to generation. Not really. So it's not a German. No can figure out if it's Polish, Russian, nearly as peace, right? Russian. And I don't know that Solomon was peace. Well, Shalom. Yeah, isn't Solomon Solomon? Solomon is Shalom. Shalom means peace. That's like Solomon. Simon. I hope that's beautiful. It's my interpretation of it. That was great. Thank you. Yes.
This real plastic. Wait, yeah, but where's the real?
It's at our house.
Get everyone's attention. It's on. It's on.
Hello. Hi, everybody. I promise I won't take too long. Enjoy your food. Keep on eating. Just want to say a few things. Jen and I want to say a few things. Let me stand here by myself, sweetheart. First, we'd like to say to our friends, thank you for coming here. We know it's taken a half a day out of your day and Saturday, but you came here to honor Stephen and his, this wonderful event for us, and we really thank you for that. It's deep meaning to us. Many of you here are not of the Jewish faith and culture, so some of this may be foreign to you, although since you've lived in this area, I'm sure you've gone to bar mitzvahs before. But it's a really huge event for us, and we're so happy, and it's one of Stephen's first milestones. Thank you, sweetheart. But this. Wait a second. What did he say?
I didn't hear what it said. What did it say? Siri. She said sorry.
All right, so Siri, also thank you for attending the bar mitzvah. We do appreciate that. But it was having a bar mitzvah is something that Jewish people we're very familiar with. Obviously, it's part of what we do. It's part of our culture. But my wife.
Don't make me cry.
I'll try not to make you cry. She, I'm sure, maybe has seen her fair share of challenges. We all have seen our fair share of challenges to overcome, but putting on a bar mitzvah was one challenge that I don't think you ever would have expected to do in your life.
No.
So, and to make that challenge more difficult for you, my mother, who, when she first met you, embraced you and loved you, she wasn't here to guide you.
Right.
And it's amazing you've done this practically without that, well, actually without any guidance from her. But you've had some wonderful friends to guide you. You had the rabbis to guide you, you had the cantor to guide you, you had Lisa Irving. I know Lisa Irving will recognize you. By the way, happy birthday, Lisa.
I forgot. That was good.
Yeah, so thank you for the guidance to everybody that's helped you out. Jenny, you just done an amazing job. I want to acknowledge your hard work. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, sweetheart.
We're doing good.
Thank you. Stephen, where are you? Stephen, could you stand up, please, just so we can see you? Thank you. Soon you'll be a lot taller than me. You can still sit down, but while you're still about my size, you got to stand. All right. So your mother and I are extremely proud of you. Here is how we see it in terms of what you had to do to get yourself to where you are today. For the bar mitzvah specifically, you had to learn all the words of your Torah portion. And there were a lot of words there. You counted them. You told us what they were. How much were there? I can't remember, but there were a lot of them. You had to learn all the words of your Haftorah. You had to learn more prayers on top of that. Then you had to learn how to sing those words in a certain tune. A specific tune that all who came before you and all that go after you will sing it in the same tune. You had to practice, and practice a bit more. But you had to do all this while going to school and making honor roll. You decided to play on, I'm going to say you decided. You decided to play on not one baseball team, but 3 baseball teams. So that challenge with everything going on at once and your bar mitzvah on top of that is just amazing to me, to us, about how you were able to overcome that challenge. Applying what you did to prepare for the bar mitzvah, along with all those other activities, To all the other challenges you might face in the future, you can take this learning and bring it to anything you do in your life. You're an amazing kid, and your mother and I love you, and we'll always cherish what you've done today. Promise there's not much more. Only 12 more pages. No, I'm kidding. One more page. Your mother and I and your sisters look forward to our upcoming celebration with you for your bar mitzvah in the Florida Keys. When we go there as a family, as you like to do, and that's what we're going to do. So congratulations, Stephen. To our family and friends, thank you for being here with us. Some of you traveled 4 hours to get here, and we love you, and we thank you for being here. It is extremely meaningful that you can all attend. And one part of our family is missing, my uncle and my aunt, your mom and dad, and we love them, and we miss them, and we wish them a speedy recovery. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Stephen, do you want to come to your candle lighting? No, it's all right. It's all right. Yeah. Mitty, will you take a picture of can you take a picture of every group coming up for me? Or do you want to give her one of your cameras? Yep. I don't know. Ask Rabbi. Is there an order we go in? Is it like whichever way? Whichever way, Stephen. Okay. And I'll hold this for you. All right.
This first candle is for my grandfather. This first candle is for my grandfather. This first candle is for my grandfather Stephen Scharf and my great-grandfather Charles Coates. I am named after them, and I carry on their memory through my first and middle names. This second candle is to honor those in my family who are unable to be here today. My grandma Gilda, who I will always love and remember. She has Alzheimer's disease, and I know how proud she would be of me today. My Uncle Gene and Aunt Judy, each of whom recently had surgeries and are recovering. I love spending time with them. They are so much fun. Uncle Gene takes me fishing at his pond and gets the kids out to play ball. Aunt Judy always makes us delicious food when we're there. My Aunt Joanne and Uncle Marty, who are unable to be with us today. I spend many holidays with them and miss them too. This third candle is for my grandparents. We always go to their house for holidays, and they come up to our house and help us light the menorah or eat matzah. They come to some of my baseball games and school events too. They also take me to New York, and I love to spend the summer vacation with them at Cape May. I am very close with them, and I love them very much. I know you all agree that it's time for Papa and Grandma to come up and light candle number 3.
Hold your hand.
Yeah.
Where do you want me to light it?
Just you hold it here.
Okay.
Thank you. If you are a figure skater and a soon-to-be hockey player, please come up. Uncle Bruce and cousins Sophia and William, please come up. Just hold my hand. flip the paper?
Yeah. When you flip the page, listen, give them the candle, let them from now on light it,
Yeah,
okay?
You like the Giants, and now so do I. Uncle Andrew, please come up and light candle number 5.
All right, thanks. Give Uncle Andrew the candle to light for himself, okay?
Okay.
Hope we're making a mess.
Yeah.
It's all right. Thanks, Uncle Andrew.
Thank you. Just leave it. I loved my visit to Little Compton. You showed me how to surf, so cousins Frank, Mitty, Alex, and Emma come light candle number 6. Thank you. I need you to stay up here so you can flip the paper. Spending time with you all on Thanksgiving is fun. Cousins Victor, Kate, and Sarah, please come up and light candle number 7.
Wait, where's, okay. 8 is already set.
Thank you. My mom has known you both since college. You have known me since I was born. We get to spend time at my place and at your place by the beach. Will the Grossman family please come up and light candle number 8? Hey guys.
Steven's still keeping this very serious.
Candle number 9.
This candle is for all my friends and parents who have had me in their houses, fed me, and had me to their vacation homes, picked me up, dropped me off, got me to a practice, or kept an eye on me at the pool. Please come up and help me light candle number 9.
Oh, come on. I'm getting a candle. Come on.
I know. All right.
I defend you, Stephen.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Stephen. You're doing a great job. Good job. Nice baseball bat.
Really the important
Yeah,
I know.
it's pretty cool. My dad made it.
I know. This is so cool.
Yeah, it is. So we're the important ones.
What?
We're the important ones. Okay.
I know. Someone takes a picture of us? Yeah. How nice is that? Up here with you.
Yeah.
Light it?
Well, yeah. Thank you.
Uh-oh, it doesn't want to light for us. Good job, Stephen.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So proud of you.
Thank you.
So you're making all the kids appreciate their parents. All right. All right. Keep it close to your mouth.
Some of you go to Valley View School or Del Barton. Some of you still play on the zone team with me. Please come up and help me light candle number 10. All my friends, please come up and light candle number 10. Yeah. Oh, whatever.
I wanted you to look at me. Yeah, I was hoping for my number 2. This is sick.
Okay, thank you guys.
Steven, I like this baseball bat set.
Yeah.
I'll go make it. Mazel tov. Congrats.
Thanks. Okay. We learned our prayers and went through Hebrew school together. Would my friends from Hebrew school please come up and help me light candle number 11? School. Yeah, Jake.
What's up, Stephen?
Hey, good job. Thanks.
Oh, wait. You Steven, look up. You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Don't get candle wax on you.
All right.
I know we fight a lot, but you know I love you both. It will be your turn soon, and I can't wait. So my sisters Jordan and Hannah come up and light candle number 12. You both are always there for me, whatever I need, whenever I need it. I love you both very much. Mom and Dad, please come up and help me light candle number 13.
All right, Dave, look up for me.
Thanks.
Okay. All right.
Speak clearly.
Yeah. I'm lighting a candle to thank you all for being here today on my special day. Dad, yeah, okay. Mom, Dad, Jordan, and Hannah, please come up and help me blow out the candles.
You count it? One. Make your wish.
Okay.
Make your wish.
Yep.
Mazel tov, Stephen. We love you.
Don't speak anymore.
You don't have to speak anymore. You're done. Okay? Good job. That's all right.
More pictures.
I think I killed it. As in, like, I killed it. I didn't do so good up there.
You did fine.
No, I mean, Steve, this whole thing shouldn't have happened.
Does that make sense? So the queen is